What's up? What's up? All right. Okay, what's up? My name's Will. Thank you for being here. This is a running it back situation because yesterday I went live, and the purpose of the live stream yesterday was to set up using Mpc 2.8 and to have the Digitone set up with 4 tracks of MIDI coming from the Mpc, but the Force was going to be the source of the MIDI. The Mpc is going to be the hub. It's going to route the MIDI to 4 separate channels. I was having some buffering, some bitrate issues, but most of all, I was having a problem and some technical issues. And what I discovered was it's been a bit since I've used my Digitone. So what it actually ended up being was the polyphony on the Digitone is assignable. So there's 8 notes. So you can put 1 note or 8 notes on each track, but you only have 8 total. So you have to split them if you want to use multiple tracks. So I had too many. I had chosen, and I didn't do a dry run. That's the thing about live streams is, I think this is where it's going to go with me, is I'm going to have to do a little bit of testing because I don't want to waste your time. So, and also I don't want to, have a live stream end up basically like, man, I couldn't figure it out. But come to find out, I'm good to go. I do have it all set up now. The other half of the stream yesterday was an attempt at routing the audio through the Mpc and using it to get that style of an SP404 with the vinyl filtering, shimmering, whatever that thing is called, that's popular. I'm gonna do it a different way, and I'm gonna try to do this video as quickly as possible. So yesterday what I tried to do was use submix to redirect the audio from an audio track to the submix, and then have effects inside the submix set up so that I could tweak on the cue links, like if I was in a normal project view like this, I would be able to tweak the knobs from here no matter what track I was on and get some cool effects in real time. So you can just kind of like perform using effects. But that's going to take a little bit more dissecting on that, because I want to be able to route specific things, and I need to get specific MIDI note information for cutoff filters for like my Rev 2. I want to be able to affect the cutoff filter from my cue link, from cue link number 12, or sorry, number 13. And then I want to be able to affect the cutoff filter of my Prophet 6 with 14. So that's what I'm trying to, get to, is have that full control over the most used parameters for me. LFOs, basically that's what I want control of. I want control over at least one LFO with the rate and the depth. So that would be 3. And then it would be nice to have control over an oscillator tune, but I just don't think that that's possible. So probably just cutoffs, maybe 3 cutoff filters for 3 different synths, maybe the resonant. So yeah, you see where I'm going with that. But anyway, we'll get into that on another day. Let's go ahead and knock this out real quick. What you were just hearing in the intro is what I prepared using this technique, whatever you want to call it. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to copy this over to the next. Let me make sure there's nothing on this next sequence. And you know, I guess the benefit of me doing that and figuring it out live, I guess, is that, you know, here I am a day later and I have the answer, and I may not have had the answer if I didn't do it yesterday, because I would have been prompted. I did check the tracks. Each track was sending MIDI and receiving MIDI, but when you start pumping out too many voices, then it just stops working. All right, so, okay, let me go ahead and let's see if I can clear it. Is clearing it. Okay. Go back. I think I made a mistake there. Cleared the wrong one. All right. So now it should be good to go. All right, so now I'm just going to go ahead and clear these, and then we will check that out. I'm going to show you another easy way also. I was kind of going the long way around, and that's not necessary. So it's something else I thought about since yesterday, so it's a good thing too. Okay, that one's all set. All right, so I need 4 MIDI tracks, and there we go. Let's see if I can zoom that in just a little bit more. I need 4 MIDI tracks. Actually, no, that's good, because then you can see the pads too. So here we go. There's track 1, MIDI, track 2, 3, and 4. And now each one is assigned now. So on track 1, it's going to be coming from the Force. So the MIDI from the Force is going to be on channel 1, 2, 3, and 4. And let me see if there's any. I don't think there's any clips or anything in here. Nope. Okay. So these are just MIDI channels. So let's see if I can, not that one, I guess. So this is MIDI channel 1. If I double tap it, MIDI channel 1, MIDI channel 2, 3, and 4. This is sending directly into Mpc number 2. So over here, I have Mpc 2 as the input, and all I want is channel 1. Then I want it to go out, MIDI output, to channel 1. That's simple. So then I'm just going to check it. I'm going to unmute it. And that's my digitone playing. So now I've got control over the digitone with track 1. Okay, now I'm going to go over to track 2. I'll unmute it. Track 2. So all I'll have to do, I won't have to touch this, and I won't have to touch this necessarily as far as changing tracks. All I'll need to do is just come here and do this. And just change this, you know, column here so I can control, because the Force at this point still is not multi-timbral. It is multi-timbral out, but you cannot do what you can with the X. You do not have multi-timbral input. So we got to play one MIDI channel at a time. So now, okay. Okay, so now that's MIDI channel 1. So now MIDI channel 2. Now I need to make sure that it's on Mpc 2, Electron Digitone 2. That's fine. Okay, I felt like I was getting in a weird result, but that's okay. We're just going to keep it moving. All right, so now we've got these two, and then on 3, unmute it. I'm going to go over to 3. So now I've got 1, 2, and then 3. And this is track 4. And those look like they're muted, so let me unmute those. Okay. That's 3, and then this is 4. Okay. So this still, though, I feel like this should still be playing it through. And oh, you know what? Let me make sure. Okay, this is the other part, is that you do need to make sure that all of your tracks are armed. In this situation, we're talking about multi-timbral workflow for like live beat making or live jamming, or if you want to make tracks, you know, you want to compose tracks and, you know, build sequences and record it all live, then you want to have as, you know, best of a workflow, so you can start, once you have the efficiency set where you have everything maximized to where you have to touch things the least, where it's set up the best you can, then you can start really working on muscle memory of where things are, and it'll help you when you're streaming. Because in my studio, I'm controlling 3 cameras, I'm controlling 2, sometimes 3 mixers, an iPad, and all this equipment all at the same time. So I don't have anybody in here switching angles or helping me or whatever. So you kind of do want to like know it without thinking. So that just goes to the workflow thing. Getting a tight workflow will help you out that way. And I am no, you know, I am no amazing performer, but I'm always trying to learn, always trying to get better. Okay, so now that they're all armed, which I showed you here, they're all armed now, all 4 of those MIDI tracks. Now it doesn't matter what track I'm on. I can be on track 1 on the MPC, and I can be on track 4 on my Force, and it'll still play track 4. It'll still play the 4th sound, even though it says track 1 here. That's why it's you know, flexible, because I can control the entire performance right from here, as far as playing the parts of the track. And then I have the MPC acting as the master clock. So this controls my Force, and it controls all my other equipment. Anything that has a sequencer in it, it'll start playback of that sequencer when I hit play. So I have access to sequences in my Prophet, both of them actually, and then my Deluge can also be a sequencer for MIDI too, and it doesn't interfere with the X. They work good together. So a lot of stuff that you see in the graphic layout here is already a Deluge. This right here, this grid, you know, I'm not going to count them all, but if you wanted to size this, let's see, I'll count them all. Jesus. 1, 2, that's 16. So what do I got? 4. So I got 16. So basically, that's a Deluge right there. One row of 16 by 8. It's 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So this is great to have that access on the screen, but it's also good for me to have access to the same tools in other places, because I have equipment where I can't reach my MPC and that equipment at the same time. So I have to be able to pick up that thing and walk over there in case I need to trigger something that I'm too far away. So it's kind of like a portable, master. All right, so back to this. I'm going to go ahead and put the metronome on, and then we'll just do some sort of sequence. We'll just start with this. And I'm going to go real weird. Go real dark and weird on it. Okay. So now we've got 4 tracks of MIDI, and where it's coming to is an audio track that is playing from my mixer. So I have everything running through a mixer first, then it comes in. I got it coming in on input 1. You can see it here. So you don't hear it now because what I've done is I've actually shut off the fader. Actually, you are hearing it because I didn't shut off the fader to the feed. I only shut it off to my monitors. So actually, let me do this. Okay. What is it again? All right. Now you won't. Now you don't hear that. Only if I go in. Cool. All right. So yeah. Now this is coming in from the Electron from the Digitone, but it's going to my mixer first. So you'll only hear it if I record something, or while it's armed. So right now, okay. So this is coming through the mixer. I'm sorry. What you're hearing is coming through the X first. So if you wanted to set up a submix, you would just send this to submix. And I have a submix set up, submix 1. And in here, I have some effects. So you can have real-time control over this stuff. If you want to go, after you put your effects in, to your submix, you hold shift and then hit your control. This is your control Q-Link section. Oh, you probably can't see it as good there. Alright, so this is your control for your Q-Links. So you would just go and you'd hit project, and then you'd go to submix 1, and then the parameter that you want to control. So okay, I actually have effects in there. Oh, this is for not the submix. This is for my audio track. There we go. No, it's for my submix, right? Where's my inserts though? Oh. That's kind of whacked. Oh. Okay. No, I was just doing this though. What did I do wrong there? Okay, submix 1. Okay. Now I want to go to submix 1. But where's all my inserts? I'm doing something wrong here. I'm not sure what I did there, but I'm going to move on because this really wasn't the point of this. I just wanted to quickly show you. Nope, that ain't going to do it. Well, that's weird because I just did this earlier. So it's coming in on the audio track. The audio track is the one going to the submix, correct? Yes. So that's coming into the submix from 1. So now submix 1 out to 1 and 2. Okay. So then if I go to my submixes, there should definitely be control here of your submix. I did this earlier. But that doesn't look like it's gonna work. Parameter. I could have sworn that when I had... Why is there only MIDI on here? Because I remember seeing inserts, project track. Audio insert. Nothing there either. It's definitely in there. Oh well. All right, we'll just go back over that. We'll go back over that another time. All right, so I'm going to turn that off then. I'm going to turn off the submix so it doesn't... oh, whoops. I just need to reassign the audio back out to 1 and 2, just so that doesn't get confusing. Okay. Let me make sure we can hear this. All right, cool. All right, so where was I? All right, so now we've got the audio coming in. Now we can record it. So let me just go ahead and show you how I would record this, because you've got 4 different sounds coming in. I think to make this SP404, you would just want to take the sounds that you have, and you would just want, you would just want that to be your key group. So I'm going to set the threshold right above where the audio is coming in. Let me make sure that I got a signal coming in just on 1. And I'll even do a stereo recording on this one because I want that width. And yeah, okay, let me see. All right, I can actually bring up the gain a little. All right, I'm gonna go with that. All right. I'm gonna do that one more time. Sounded a little distorted. I don't mind a little. Oh, you know why? It says it's resampling only with left. There we go. I don't know how that happened. Okay, now I'm going to keep that. It's new sample 1. All right, now I'm going to okay, we don't have any audio coming in now, and I'm going to mute my MIDI because I recorded 4 tracks of MIDI. This is another quicker thing that I wanted to show you. Instead of doing this where you're going to each track, you can see everything a lot easier actually right from here. So you've got your channels and all that stuff right there, and it's much easier just to, you know, do things like this. I mean, I only came here just to check to see if I had signals. I really wasn't using this screen very much, but now that we have the ability to navigate through tracks by holding the menu button and stuff, this can actually be almost like a home base now. All right, so, oh yes, let me just mute these. So yeah, I just want to mute the MIDI, and I'm going to create a key group. Sure, I don't have any audio coming in. Okay, I'm gonna create that key group. Now, I'm gonna go and find that sample. It was new sample 1. So this is now, you know, this is now our key group from that long sample. It's crazy, but I like it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is do some filtering. So now is where we turn this thing into more of a 404 type sound. So the first thing I'm going to do is go over to, is it the master? Yes, in the key group it's in the master area. Make sure that your note is on, and then put your pad lock on, your pad loop on, I should say, so that if you hold it, it's just going to keep on looping around. And then we're going to go to the modulation field. Actually, let me put a little filter on it first. Little resonance. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but give it a minute. Okay, now I'm going to put a little bit of filter movement. Now let's put a little pitch movement. Okay, now I'm going to go into the envelope and I'm going to extend out the release. Bring up the cutoff a bit. Activate the filter velocity. Alright, so I don't even have any effects on this yet. This is just sound design. So okay. Alright, so let me Alright, I kind of like this the way it is. So, alright, let's see. So now I'm just going to play around with it for a second. What up, man? Oh, no problem. Yeah, we're all feeling it, bro. Lockdowns. Anybody watching on playback? This is Corona time, 2020. And I'm just about done here. I just wanted to basically give the people that were here yesterday a chance to see how that was actually done. I showed you how to do a 404 effect. I basically did what I wanted to do yesterday. And I got a little jam in too. Cool for me. Alright, y'all. Peace. I do see the name Melly Roman, but I don't know what that means. Hello. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it very much.